Hey everyone, welcome to Chapter 4, Creating a Sharp CV. I don't need to tell you how critical it is to make a good CV. It's the digital equivalence of your own self. It represents all your hard work over the years and it crystallizes years worth of your experiences. The presentation of the CV, however, is akin to a handshake. A loose one will lead to a meh. In this chapter, we'll try and eliminate the meh from your digital equivalence. The feeling that we're going for by the end of this document is proud. When you look at this document at the end of this exercise, you should feel proud. It's the representation of how you've spent your life energy. And I don't mean just professionally, but personally as well, because we'll be adding those aspects as well. To make a well-rounded CV, you need to be able to give the reader a balanced picture of who you are. So, let's get started. Start with listing down everything that you've ever done in your life in a document. And I mean all your achievements. For example, let's say you love trekking. You've gone for the Annapurna trek. So write down, completed the Annapurna trek. You love contests, you love competitions. Let's say you won the regional spelling bee contest. Write that down. Worked on the side for some extra money. Worked as a barista at a local eatery. You interned somewhere. You made some cold calls at the company, write that down. You've done some writing, contributed 3 articles to the local magazine, write that down. Cracked a big business deal, converted a Fortune 500 company as a client, bringing in 2 crores of recurring monthly revenue, write that down. Created a 0 to 1 product rollout document for new micro markets after launching 2 cities. I think you get the gist. Write down anything and everything that sort of qualifies here. All achievements. Write them down in a document, no judgment, just make an exhaustive list first. Next, while you're writing everything that you've ever done in your life, add as much detail as possible to each activity. And I mean numbers, impact, everything. All try and quantify each activity. Example, you won the regional spelling bee contest. How are you going to quantify that? Let's say, write down how many contestants are there. Let's say there are 400 contestants. What were their age groups? Write down ages 14 to 17. Was it special? Like when you won the contest, was it a special event? Let's say you're the youngest winner in 10 years. Can you name drop here? Please do that. Was awarded the prize by Padma Shri XYZ. You get the gist. So as many details as possible while you're writing this down. So this is essential. Quantify each. Right, once you're done with that, let's start understanding the basic rules of creating a sharp CV. I say sharp because that is how it should come across. Number 1, your CV is going to be a one-pager. All your life achievements should fit into that one single page. It is not that hard, especially if Elon can do it, so can you. If you don't believe me, I've attached the link to his CV right in the description, so go check it out. The simple reason to do this, and of course, apart from the fact that it is also an industry practice, is to put artificial constraints on the candidates so that they only highlight the most relevant pieces and it doesn't become a contest of how many pages you can put together. Number 2, your audience is the interviewer. So write the CV for them and not for yourself. One of the worst things you can do on your CV is lie. Apart from the ethical issue of lying, if you lie on your CV and get caught, you will lose face and credibility. And once you lose credibility, it'll be hard for the interviewer to even trust you on things that you actually have done. So don't lie. Number 3, divide the one-pager into the following parts. The first part should be work experience, and this should cover 60% of the one-pager. Here, reverse chronologically mention all the organizations that you've been part of. As a full-time employee, as a part-time employee, or as an intern. Forming a good narrative is very, very important. The employer is looking for cues to understand who you are and what you can do by looking at this section. So remember to use keywords of each work experience according to the kind of job you want. For example, if you want a product job, but you're currently in an ops role, highlight how you've been part of building a product, that you've conducted user research, you collected feedback from new and old markets, helping products pivot with your inputs, etc. The second part is education. This should cover 10 to 15% of the one-pager. Here, mention your high school and your college. In case your marks were too low, you can hold that back in your CV. That's okay. Part 3 is awards and extracurricular activities. This should cover 25 to 30% of the one pager. Diversity is a good thing here. Physical achievements like completing trekking circuits, sports related activities or competitions, social work, any NGO that you've volunteered for, any positions of leaderships that you've held. If you have any travel experience, for example, you've traveled all 28 states in India, write that down. You've worked on a farm, write that down. It helps the employer to understand the other facets of who you are. Number 4, focus on the meat and not the salad. It's easy to get overexcited and try and include everything in your CV, but you only have 10 to 15 seconds of the employer's attention. So it's critical to prioritize the information in a hierarchical fashion. This is to increase readability. Set the bullet points in an order of decreasing importance. If you're having a hard time doing this, apply the lens of what's the most important thing or the most relevant thing for the job, or in the order of what's most impressive. Once you have the order in place, weed out the fluff. And this could be things that you were involved in but did no real work in, take that out. Or something you don't understand completely or deeply, take that out. Or points that you've just added for vanity's sake. And I want to say this again, remove stuff that you've added for vanity's sake. It's not going to help you. Number 5, using action verbs. This one's quite simple. Start each sentence with an action verb. I've given you a list of action verbs in the document in the description, so you can use that. It'll help the reader to contextualize your involvement in the project that you've mentioned in your CV, and it'll also help you to be more direct about your experiences. Number 6, being results and achievement oriented. Like I mentioned before, try and quantify each activity. What was the state of the project when you picked it up, and how far did you take it? Talk about the KPIs achieved and the kind of impact your work had in terms of numbers. Remember, that's very important. For example, if as an intern you did a lot of cold calling, then mention how many calls you made, how many of them converted into meetings, and how much sales did you generate for the company. Another example, as a project lead in a social consultancy, you worked in a remote village on waste management. Then talk about segregation, recycling awareness data, impact numbers, baselines, midlines, endlines. Quantify all of your work. Talk about your achievements. The employer wants to know, what did you bring to the table? How did you contribute? And how did that translate into outcome? Show that you're a winner using this section. To help you visualize all of this, let's take a walkthrough of a sample CV. I'll attach the link to the CV in the description so that you can use the formatting and personalize it for your own use. So I just want to take you through my own CV so that you get an idea of how to go about doing this. Remember the name of the document, and we'll start from the top, right? So you want to look at this section and you want to name it as your name, your last name, CV _ and the latest date, so that you can sort of keep track of the changes that you've made. So keep the nomenclature sort of simple, your name, CV, and the timestamp, right? Second thing, you can see like your personal information sort of comes on top, your name, then the place where you're staying, currently that you're available for interviews, then your mobile number and your email ID. That's where the recruiters could sort of reach out to you. Next, you want to sort of focus on work experience. Notice how the whole thing is formatted in a very sort of consistent fashion, right? First, I want to say what is my current position, what is the title that I have in the job that I'm doing. Second, what is the department or what is the function that I'm part of. Here it's R&D's research and development. And the third section is basically the company's name. Here I've written ABC to protect my privacy, I guess. And the place where this company exists and the industry that it is in. And on the right side, you will write down, the duration of when you joined the company to, when you sort of, if you're still there, write present. If you're not there, then just when you exit the company. How you write about your experience needs to start off in a very sort of prioritized fashion. You need to be able to tell them, this is the most chunkiest part of what you have worked on. So write that on top of the list. The same thing that we followed everywhere till now, basically you want to list down things in the decreasing order of importance, and number one would be the thing that you want to highlight at first. So here I want to say that, hey, I sort of and again, action verbs are very important because that sort of sets the tone of what you've done in that experience. So here I've ideated and piloted the proof of concepts, right? So this sort of gives an idea to the recruiter that, hey, like this guy basically like works on early stage ideas, on proof of concepts, and sort of thinks about how to go about putting them out there. So the kind of projects that I've worked in, so it sort of has, like the 4 projects that I worked in, I've sort of given their names. I haven't given too much detail here right now because I'm gonna hold that back for now. And this is the current job, so I haven't mentioned too much information currently. Second, let's go into something that I sort of worked on previously and I've given more details of. So look at this experience here with 91 Spring Boot. Here I was promoted 3 times in 2 years, so that sort of gives a lot of confidence to the person viewing the CV that, hey, like he sort of did well in this company. So that indicates success. So you want to say that up front. I built a team from scratch, so I'll say built, I've scaled, I've ran something, so here I also ran the Karnataka scholarship program. So and then I mentioned the numbers, right? Like how many cohorts did I run, how many startups were part of it, how much money did they raise, how many jobs were created through that incubation program. So this sort of gives an encapsulated view of the whole activity that basically is mentioned. So you want to do that with each and every activity that you basically mention in your CV. Try and sort of quantify it. Like I said, you want to sort of put as many details as possible. So this is to do with, and do this for all your experiences. Write down your position, your department or function, your company, where it's located, what industry it works in, and then sort of going with a decreasing order of importance, mentioning all the points that you have in a very quantified fashion. That's what you want to do. Right. I will sort of put the link to the CV in the description so that you guys can just use this as a format and copy paste it. Next is the education part, right? So education, here's the school and the college, the year that I was in college and the high school, when did I pass out, etc. I've held back the numbers because I didn't want to put it out there. Majority reason is that because I didn't score too well, so I didn't want to say it on my CV. So that's why I haven't written it down as well. So number 3 is awards and extracurricular activities. Here, of course, like I said, like everything outside of work and your personal life, what all have you done, so that so people get that holistic idea of who you are as a person. You don't want to be just known as a workaholic. You want to like also tell people what are the other facets of who you are. So here I mentioned some internships and some volunteering that I've done. So I picked these 4 to show you an example of what all you could sort of write. This is like a diverse, all 4 points are very diverse. So this is when I helped a friend sort of scale his startup. This is when I worked as an AD for another friend. This is when I volunteered as an editor for another friend. This is when I acted in a college play. So I want to put together like as diverse things as possible. There are obviously like other points that you can write about traveling, about trekking, like I mentioned, entering contests, talking about awards, etc. So you can sort of mention all of those things here. I think this should sort of cover it. Like I said, if you sort of just follow the 1, 2, 3 program, I think that should do it.